Ms.
Hello.
Brown, what would you do to have a happy life?
Oh, obviously, one of the first things you have to always do, because every life is going to have troubles. Every life is having troubles. So you just keep God in it. You go to church, you keep your family tight and strong, and you thank God every day for everything else that you have. Because you're not going to get everything you want. You're not going to have everything you want. You're going to have troubles, and you just can't quit. You can't quit, and you just have to say, okay, this is today, but I am still here today. So you want to thank God, and you do want to appreciate all the people around you, people such as yourself that just walked in and said, hey, what can you tell us? And people are asking me for advice. I ask people for advice. We give each other space when we're driving down the freeway, you know, and you don't like it when somebody cuts you off, and so you try to remember that, you know, let me try to do the right thing. Try to do the right thing, and you have a better day, and you have a better life.
Our second question is your life happy right now?
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything you would change?
No, I love my job. It took me a long time to work for a Catholic school and to teach high school. I didn't come to teaching high school until 10 years ago. And before then, I taught adults. I worked in different schools, colleges, educational facilities. But I finally came to teach high school and in a Catholic school. And it's perfect for me. It's perfect. So I wouldn't change that. My husband is wonderful. My mom moved in with us. And it's great, it has its blessings, because when you live with people, you can say, oh, my brother, my sister, my mother, my somebody's driving me crazy, but they're also really good to have in your life. And I had a brother move in with us last year, and that was difficult. You're like, oh, this is odd, this is strange, being together with this person, roommates. You're going to be going to college. But if you look at it and go, what do we bring to each other? Your life is better off. You have a fuller life. You learn to become more tolerant. You know, and they learn to be more tolerant. We learn to be more accepting. I love being here. I love my job. I'm happy. Camper, yeah.
Is morality a strong part of your life?
Oh, Lord, yes.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
are committed to it?
I'm very committed to it, yeah. Like yesterday, it was so fun to read at Mass, to be at Mass twice. I gave out communion here in the day at school, and then I went back and was a lector at Mass at my church in the evening. And it was my birthday yesterday. And I thought it was so wonderful that God invited me to be in church twice yesterday.
It's really special.
Yeah, it really was. And I thought, I made up my mind from now on, every year on my birthday, I'm going to go to Mass at least once. Because you got to remember, God gave you life. It's your birthday, and your life is here from God. So it was so nice to be able to be there and say, thank you for this life, Lord. Thank you.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Any tips? What else to help us on having a happy life in the future?
Don't settle. Don't accept that, well, everybody does this or everybody does that. People say to me, well, you were raised in those crazy times. I was in high school from 69 to 72. So they go, oh, everybody was crazy, you know, doing drugs and this, that. I went, no. You know, I took care of my body, and because you do need to be doing something physical with your body. God gave you, you're not just a spirit, we're going to be a spirit hereafter, but He put us in a body. So you need to do something with it. And I did dance, where today people do basketball and they run. We didn't have girl sports, but you have to take care of that too. This machine that holds your spirit and your mind, so that you just want to remember all three aspects to your life and do the things intellectually, but do the things with the heart and compassion and remembering Christ. But be physical. He put you in a body, and it's got to last you for however long you're going to live. And if you hope to be 100 years old, you don't want to be slow, decrepit 100 years old. You want to be as good of a body as you can. So you want to eat right, except for the donut I had today. You know, you want to exercise, you want to sleep, you need to take care of it. And you can't be doing too much alcohol, you cannot be doing drugs. It just kills you. All the people that I saw that always thought, oh, I'll just do a little, it's just for fun, it's only in the evening, it's only on the weekends, it's not hurting anybody. Who it hurts is yourself. I've buried people too young, much too young. They ruined their lives because it's only for me, I'm just taking a little drugs for fun, and they die. They die, and you're throwing away the life that God gave you. So I'm going like, don't throw away your life by taking the drugs and drinking too much. God did give us alcohol. His first miracle was wine. But we don't hear about him being obliterated and smashed and everybody being in drunken orgies. That's not what it was. It was just having that toast to somebody, just that moderation. So remember to have fun, but in moderation. You still have to, like don't stay up all night partying and doing the stuff that's going to hurt you.
Very true.
So have fun and enjoy life, but don't abuse, because the main person it hurts, just like sin. The main person, if you start doing whatever wrong, if you're cheating at work, with money, on a boyfriend, anything that you do that is a sin, it's hurting you. It's hurting you. I mean, we all learn that because we've all sinned. And you go like, who's the one the most hurt from the sinning? It's yourself. And when you go like, I'm not happy when I'm in that place of sinfulness, when I need to reconcile with somebody. So it's like reconcile, reconcile, reconcile. Because otherwise, it's a burden, it's a weight on your shoulders. You're walking around knowing, I'm not having a good relationship with this person over here because of whatever reason. And it's just weighing on me. It's the monkey on my back. And I'm going, get that monkey off, get him off, get him off.
My question for you is, how are you living a happy life? Like, what makes your life happy?
No, I thought it was going to get a harder question than that. What makes my life happy? Well, my relationship with God and my relationship with my wife. Really, I was thinking about that, and you want short answers, really, really short?
Whatever you like me.
Probably, the love that I feel from God, knowing what God is like with his love, the wonderful relationship I have with my wife, and that we've been together. I think it's going to be, this year it'll be 39 years.
Wow.
I'm more than 40. But having God change me in the way that he has to make me someone who's able to now love her the way that I do, it just makes me so happy to really feel like God is finally straightening me out after all these years. So praise God for that.
Is there anything you would do to change about your life? Would you change anything about your life?
Oh, right now?
How you're living?
Well, I would not change anything about my life except that I think there's still always room for improvement and room for growth. I can look and say, well, as far as God has brought me, there's still, I know, I just want to be even more loving, than I am. I want to be even closer to God than I am. I want to love my wife even more than I do.
Yeah.
So that's all I would change. Yeah, nothing that I'm doing, no, nothing else. I live my life. You're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd say my life is going. I'm doing very well. I would say that I am constantly trying to do the right thing. I'm constantly trying to think the right things and feel the right things and to do the right things. And I would say that, because of my relationship with God, being as close as it is, that God, for the most part, keeps me able to think and feel and act and do the right things. So does that mean that, I'm perfect? No, not perfect yet, but I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with being imperfect. This just goes with being human. And so if you're moving in that right direction and God is making you a little more right every day, then I don't think you can really do much more than that.
Do you have any advice for us in like living a happy life?
Advice?
We should.
Yes, I do. God is the key to everything because well, I could talk for hours about why God is the key to everything, but if you get your relationship with God right, then God will get you right, and that will help you to get all the other relationships in your life right. And you'll, to, basically, we can seek fulfillment in trying to become bigger ourselves and have more, and it becomes about what I have become and what I can do and then what I have. Or you could try to make it about how great God is.
Yes.
And just stay small. And then the joy of your life is being able to experience His greatness and working through you and actually becoming a part of what you are. That's the key to a good life.
Any things we shouldn't be doing, like?
Well, obviously there's a long, long list. It's not so much, I don't think, the do's and the don'ts, because those are just, there's a whole other mindset, and I've talked about that in my class over and over again, about how there's this other roads you can go down, another way of life you can pursue that's promising you happiness in this other way, and that's the road you don't want to go down. It's not always easy to recognize that that's what we're doing, and it's also not always easy to recognize why that's wrong, why that is leading to unhappiness, because it seems to be the norm, seems to be what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
And so to try and recognize, if you can, try to see what those two ways are, and then make sure you're going down the right road. You're taking that straight and narrow road that leads to life, not that broad road that leads to
Destruction.
You asked the first
Yes.
time. I actually am living a really happy life. How am I?
Yes.
Well, it's one of the secrets of being an old person. You give up always striving to be better. You give up a lot of dreams, and you just realize that the secret is enjoying who you are and what you're doing right now. And that's what I do. I enjoy teaching. I love teaching. I love my family. I love my house and my garden and traveling, and those are all things that I do, and just have a great time doing it, and I have a happy life.
And how is your life based on morality? Are you living a moral life?
Yes, I am living a moral life. I have a very strong conscience, so I can't get away with doing anything that's really majorly bad, because that would just be couldn't even go there. But I still manage to do little things that are bad, and my morality, I guess, just bothers me about them until I try to sort it out and work it out. Sometimes go to confession, sometimes just figure out how I can not let something bother me or fall into a rut that I've got. Just have a great time doing it, and I have a happy life.
And how is your life based on morality? Are you living a moral life?
Yes, I am living a moral life. I have a very strong conscience, so I can't get away with doing anything that's really majorly bad, because that would just be couldn't even go there. But I still manage to do little things that are bad, and my morality, I guess, just bothers me about them until I try to sort it out and work it out. Sometimes go to confession, sometimes just figure out how I can not let something bother me or fall into a rut that I've gotten into or something like that.
And is there any advice you would give me on having a happy life?
Well, what I said is when you're young, you might be very unsatisfied with who you are and what you're doing. That's part of growing up. But if it gets out of control, it can be really depressing. That's why sometimes girls are anorexic or something like that, or have really, really bad problems like that, because they feel so inadequate. And I think it's good to just accept yourself, try to be better, but not in a way that is really negative, in a fun way. Have fun being better, not have it be a horrible thing that you have to do. And then just let the goodness in yourself come out, and then life is so much more enjoyable.